Yo, good morning, beautiful people. Welcome into the facility. If you've never checked us out, hopefully we bring the smiles, we bring the laughs, educate, entertain a little bit, talk about sports, maybe an escape from the mundane, stressful life you might be living. Happy Tuesday to y'all, wherever you are. That's Eagles Hall of Fame, leading rusher, LeSean Shady McCoy. The name Shady, we've already told you how he got it, but he's no longer Shady, so growth, maturation.
I'm just happy to have a better day. After that whole Denzel show we had, you realize that you was wrong.
I do that sometimes. Growth, maturation. To my left, the quarterback, 14-year NFL pro, the one and only Chase Daniel. Chase, no football for the little man right now. How are we filling our time?
I got him working out in the gym yesterday.
There you go.
He's only 7.5. He did some walking. some 5-pound dumbbells. I said, just hold them while you walk.
I love it.
One day at a time, man.
You better than me, because I be in there.
You get in them?
And I be on there. Hey, my career over, homeboy. You telling me you got all these dreams. You get in this gym? Hey.
Not yet.
On the far end, that is James Jones, Packers Super Bowl.
Hey, really quick,
What
we're
up,
all
Jay?
family on this show.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I like to, know my brothers.
You never know where this is going, by the way. Anytime James Jones says, hey, real quick.
He says real quick.
First off, it's never quick. It's never quick. And the second thing,
never is quick.
He genuinely doesn't necessarily know what you can and can't say on television. So, like, he might end up asking about, Chase's relationship history.
My love life.
He might ask about his love life. He might ask about my finances. He might ask about Shady. You just never know.
Okay, so what you got, Doug? And that's my reputation.
That was pretty crazy, though.
That's all good.
Go, James.
What's your real middle names?
Oh.
Yeah, what's your real middle name?
LeSean?
Listen, I ain't telling you my brother, dog. Come on, man.
We brothers, Lord, but it seems
Shady, you can Google it.
Come on,
but it
man.
seems like y'all been real nosy to me.
What's your real middle name?
My real middle name, Chinedu. Nigerian, it means God guides me. Or Chinedu, it means God guides me. Now you want to get involved in the middle name.
Wait, run that thing back. They didn't catch that.
Chi means God in Igbo. Chinedu, it means God guides me.
Let's speed up.
Chinedu, God guides me.
Okay. All right, Chinedu.
What's your middle name, my man?
Chase.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's your first name?
William. I got 3 first names. Not like that.
William Chase.
William Chase.
Daniel, not Daniel.
No S, dog.
No S.
James Jones?
DeAndre. James DeAndre Jones, man.
Okay.
For real.
That's a nice middle name.
It's the real urban. It's the real urban. It's the real urban.
Sean.
Yo, I'm not saying that.
We'll Google it.
Crazy, huh?
Okay, well, let's stick with the Eagle here to talk about the Eagles, child. Shady won't tell us your middle name, but tell me this. Do you expect the Eagles to repeat a Super Bowl
I
champion?
truly do, right? You talk about having experience. Now, I think with a young team, we still have that experience. Going to Super Bowl 2 times in the last 4 years. Quarterback. We got a winning top-tier elite quarterback, right? You talk about winning games, winning Super Bowls, that's what he does best. Wide receivers. I mean, we got the best wide receiver in football, in my opinion, A.J. Brown, right? Mm-hmm. And that duo is the top 5 with Smitty himself. And then the best running back, the best offensive player of last season, Saquon Barkley.
Correct.
He is still there. He works extremely hard. He's ready for another repeat, as in championships and potentially all pro. And then I just look at this overall, our team, and like defensive-wise. I mean, I've never seen anybody whoop on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs like that. That's healthy. People talk about that Bucs team. Yeah, they weren't healthy. They had
Both tackles out.
Both tackles out. So maybe you could get like that. Here you're at your best, right? And you're at a place where you're always at, Super Bowl. So you have that experience, and we handle them. So I think defensive-wise, really, really good. And then like all them young players that played really well last year, and then second year they're gonna play even better.
Yeah.
I just don't think that when I watch the NFL, I don't see where other teams made a big leap, big jump to close that gap with us. You talk about talent, you talk about team rosters, you talk about coaching, all them boxes we check. And that's why I think we go back to Super Bowl winning.
Incredibly well said. I think the Eagles are poised to repeat, but you have to remember just how dominant the Eagles were last year. First thing I want y'all to realize, the Eagles record the last 17 games of the regular season, 16-1. They join a list of, I believe, only 9 other teams in the history of the National Football League. It's 16-1 over the last 17 games. So that just shows you how dominant that Eagles team is. But I want to increase their level of dominance and show y'all an even smaller list. Think about the point differential the Eagles had en route to winning that Super Bowl. Third in the history of the game of football, playoff points differential. 17 points per game is what they won by, dismantling this century, dismantling the Kansas City Chiefs, dismantling Jaden Daniels and that team with the Washington Commanders, dismantling the Green Bay Packers, and beating the Los Angeles Rams. So not only are the Eagles 16-1 over the last 17 games, they dismantled every team they saw outside of the Rams en route to the playoffs. I only have 3 questions for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's it. Just 3 questions. Number 1 is a question that's universal. Can the Eagles stay healthy?
That's it.
You stay healthy, I think they're
Number
fine.
one.
Yeah.
Now, secondly, because I know the Eagles very well, let me dive into the nuances of that team. Number 2, who's going to replace Darius Slay and start opposite Quinyon Mitchell? Right now, I'm hearing it's going to be Ringo, draft pick, I believe, of 3 years ago. But who's going to replace Darius Slay? Darius Slay, I believe, is the best Eagles cornerback over the last 15 years. Who's going to replace him? Then my last question, how does that young defense handle success? The reason the Eagles are so good is because the defense is so young. Quinyon Mitchell, rookie deal. Jalen Carter, rookie deal. Jordan Davis, rookie deal. Nolan Smith, rookie deal. Jahad Campbell, going to be on his rookie deal, who's replacing Kobe Dean because he's injured, rookie deal. Cooper DeJean, rookie deal. That defense is so young. How will they handle the success of last year? Will they all continue to get better, or will they start to feel themselves, assuming success comes easy? Remember, all of those Eagles rookies, all they know is Super Bowl, playoffs, Super Bowl. They might think this is just what happens and might not be committed to the work, though I trust that they will be along with Vic Fangio. I only got 3 questions that may keep the Eagles from repeating, but I think they do.
So if you get all those are good questions. If they're check marks, check on all those, you think that
1,000%.
they can do it.
1,000%.
That's a good point. Yeah, look, I expect the Eagles to repeat. It's not going to be easy. Okay, so we set up here and we're saying, hey, all these things and Shady's, and I agree, like they're they're the most well-constructed team in the NFL. Like top to bottom, coaches to the 53rd man player, to their practice squad, to their GM, to the receiver room, to like everything. You look at them, you're like, there's really no weaknesses.
Correct.
Like on paper, there's really no weaknesses, right? And you still got to go out there and you got to do it. My thing is like when you do win a Super Bowl, and a lot of us on this desk have, the next year, it's a different year than you've ever experienced before. I was able to win it in 2009 with the Saints, and I was a 3rd string quarterback, so I just got to view it, everything. Took copious amounts of notes. Your off-season's shortened. You play for a lot longer. Everyone's tired. Everyone's hungover from partying. Everyone's like, oh, this is just going to happen again. And you go through seasons, and there's bumps and bruises. That's why there's only been 9 repeat champions in the history of the game out of 60 Super Bowls or 59 Super Bowls, whatever there is. So it's going to be difficult because there are different types of stuff that people struggle with, especially teams struggle with. And my thing with this team, they are experienced, and they are young, and all they do know is winning. But if you look at the history of the Eagles, going back to 2017, their Super Bowl win with Nick Foles. The next year, what happened? 2018 playoff loss, divisional round Saints. So a little bit of a letdown. They made the playoffs. That's great. 2022 Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs. The next year, 2023 playoff loss in the wild card round to the Bucks. And they started 10-1 that season, so they started fast. But that's what I'm sort of getting at. When you start fast in 10-1, and there's stuff that went wrong down the stretch for them, right? They lost 6 of their last 7 games in that year. It's just how do they handle that? Because they've been in a situation like that before. How do you get ready to not have a letdown? And the season is so long. If you can stay healthy, eventually there's going to be a letdown. So I'm looking forward to it. They're easily the favorite. Plus 650 to win is wild. But if you look at those things that they're going to have to try to get better at, it's a lot.
Expect is the word that, kind of caught my attention because that's kind of like a guarantee. You know what I mean? I ain't Charles Barkley, but it's hard to guarantee something in football because of all those boxes that you got to check. And the number 1 box is the health box.
Yeah.
But if healthy, they have one of the best chances out of anybody to accomplish that. But Matthew Stafford's going to have a really good chance. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is going to have a really good chance. So expect that's tough for me. But this roster, the way this roster is, you got Saquon Barkley, the bell cow on that offense and really on that team, a really good defense, a really good quarterback. They are going to have a really good chance. But expect it is so many things that have to go right to win a Super Bowl. I've won a Super Bowl as well. And the next year, number 1, you are going to get everybody's best shot, from the worst team to the best team. They are going to prepare for you because you know what? You are their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They believe you are the best team in football, so you are their Super Bowl. So it's going to be extra film study. It's going to be extra preparation. It's going to be all that to get ready for you. You're going to get the players on the opposing team playing a whole lot harder than they was playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's just what's going to happen. So expect. It's tough to sit up here and say expect, but they are going to have a really good chance. I mean, they're a phenomenal football team. 2 out of the last 3 years they've been in the Super Bowl and they've been in the playoffs. So they're going to have a really good chance. But there's a couple of teams out there that got better too. That's going to have something to say about it too. Like the Los Angeles Rams will have something to say about it. Yeah, y'all did beat them last year. It's a whole new year. You know that.
No. We beat them a couple times.
I know that, but it's a whole new year. New players. New year.
I do got a question for the Super Bowl champs at the desk. I got to start with the two on the left because, Shady, I don't know if it's applicable to you. James, in 2010, y'all win the Super Bowl. Y'all go 10-6. The next year, what stopped you from repeating? Was it injuries? Was it opponents? Was it arrogance? Was it too much humility? Was it y'all were too confident? Was it y'all were too scared? What stopped y'all from repeating the next year?
There you go, opening up wounds. Well, the next year we came out on fire. We started, I believe, 13-0. We was rolling. Yeah, we was rolling. We was 13-0. We finished the season 15-1. But them last 3 games, all the problems started catching up to us. All right, wasn't playing our best football. That 10-6 year, right? We started off slow, finished the season strong. We was rolling at the end of the year. But it wasn't no injuries. We had a really good football team, really talented football team. We just wasn't playing our best football at the end of the year, and it happens like that.
Was it a focus thing? Was it like there's a lack of focus that the Eagles need to be mindful of? Was it a, hey, we've already won a Super Bowl before, so now the end of the season, we just put it on cruise control? Is it a lack of focus?
I think cruise control is the word. I think you get a little complacent. You get in cruise control like, man, we 15-1. Ain't nobody finna come in our building. The Giants are 60. Giants come in our building and beat us? Nah, that ain't gonna happen. So, you know, got a little too confident, little complacent, you know, not preparing as much. But, I mean, them other teams just played better than us, man. There wasn't no injuries. There wasn't no excuses. We just got beat down at the end of the season.
Chase, 2009, y'all win. 2010, y'all lose to the wild card.
We won it in 2009, and we started 13-0 that year and then lost our next 3. We had already clinched the number 1 and then went on a run through the playoffs. But I just remember that offseason being so much shorter and guys just weren't ready to get back, right? We go 11-5 in 2010, but it wasn't as easy. We didn't get as many turnovers on defense. We turned the ball over a little bit more on offense. I think it just became a point where we were just tired. And that's what I was trying to say in my early take. It's like there becomes a time where—
Mentally or physically?
Both. I mean, because you're playing so many extra games. You're playing 3 extra games the year before, and then you get, like, I remember Sean Payton saying, hey, take a month off. We don't need phase 1 because you need more rest. And then you go through it, and every year, that's what I'm trying to, like, make people understand. Every year, every team is different. This Eagles team is not the same as they were last year, and that's good. They could be a lot better. You have to, every single year, and I think that's what Nick Sirianni and some of these great coaches do, is you have to find your identity of this team. Because you lose guys in free agency. The Eagles have lost 5 starters defensively. You have to figure out a way to replace those guys. Yes, you draft them. You don't know how it's all going to come together until about halfway through the year. And once you get that going, I think you have a better shot.
Now, Shady, funny enough, you won back-to-back Super Bowls, but you won back-to-back Super Bowls on 2 different teams. So I'm not sure this question is applicable to you because you actually did repeat, but you repeated individually. You didn't repeat collectively.
I can't answer how they answer because they play on the same team.
But you know what it took to win and then to go win again. Do you think there's a recipe?
Yeah, I mean, I just, you know, all these things you guys are saying is true. Like, you can't get fatigued, you know, but I just think it has to be with the leaders, you know, because, like, look at
that's a good point.
You don't think the Chiefs are tired, right? But the real core of that group is still there. Kelsey's still there, Andy Reid's still there, Chris Jones still there, Pat's still there. So no matter, like, what players come in and out, our nucleus is our nucleus. What we start with, what our foundation is, that's what it is. So when we have these meetings and coaches trying to put, you know, I'm trying to get these new players that we might acquire from the draft or free agency to fit in our team, Andy Reid going to say his little message, he's going to say all that, but it's going to come from the players, right? Like, I don't even think if these guys aren't go the next year win 13 in a row or 13 in a row, if they don't have Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers there to kind of get that message out. So it's all how you look at it. I just think that the Eagles, we have everything you need to repeat, right? You talk about talent. I mean, come on, man.
It just becomes a culture, too.
And it's
like
a culture
culture of success And culture is different for every team. But like with this Eagles team, it's like, hey, you have such a young nucleus and young core. This is what's expected of you. You don't like try to stick out. You try to fit in with the culture that Nick Sirianni, that Jalen Hurts, that Saquon Barkley, all those boys have heard. Like I listened to Saquon yesterday talking about repeat, and he said all the right things, but it's truly what he believes. It's the little things that set us apart. It's the little things every single day. It's the details every single day. So it's a culture that this team has set, that where these young boys and these young starters are coming in, this is what's expected. We're expected to at least get to the playoffs. We're expected to make a deep run. And then with some luck and with some injury health, it could all come together.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.